Hey, I'm Lisa Kustova. I'm an entrepreneur and an astrology coach for entrepreneurs. Today, I want to ask you a question. How many of you guys, and honestly, I'm not going to pass any judgment on you. I'm an astrology coach after all. How many of you sneak a peek in that horoscope in a magazine or get those daily emails about your sign and what's going to happen today from some of the websites out there? Or maybe just in, some of the blogs or some of the apps that you have. Like, how many of you are curious about what today will bring for me as a Leo or me as a Capricorn? If that's you, then no big deal. Everybody does it. I used to do that all the time, and I used to really, really pay attention to those horoscopes. But what I'm here to tell you now, not only as a coach, but also somebody who's trained in astrological technique, who's received certifications as a master astrologer, what I'm here to tell you is to stop wasting your time reading those horoscopes. Just stop. Stop. It is a big, giant waste of time for 92.5% of you. And I'll explain why. So it's a little bit like time zones. We have 24 different time zones in the world. And similarly, the chart, the tool that we use in looking at the position of your stars at the time of your birth, has 12 major sections. And what is happening with these horoscopes, with these kind of daily generic predictions for each sign, is a little bit like me telling you, okay, friend, imagine you're on the East Coast of the United States. So you'll be in New York, I'll be in Portland on the West Coast. So we have a 3-hour time difference between us, right? So I'm going to make a prediction for you based on, what I see the stars doing. And I'll tell you, tomorrow, you're going to get this amazing inspiration to learn how to cook Mexican food. And because you're gonna get this around lunchtime, you're probably going to get a very delicious Mexican lunch tomorrow. Okay. So tomorrow comes and goes, and at the end of the day, you call me and you go, Lisa, what happened with that Mexican lunch you promised? It really didn't happen. In fact, I saw this TV show around like 3 p.m., sometime mid-afternoon, about Mexican tacos, but I was already like halfway done with my day, and I'd already had my lunch, and I was so stuffed from my lunch that I didn't feel like eating anymore. And so I didn't eat Mexican. In fact, I was so stuffed from my lunch, I didn't feel like making any of that Mexican food that was on the TV show. So what I failed to tell you as a predictor, as an astrologer doing these horoscopes, is that I saw that there was going to be a TV show happening at noon. And I assumed that then you were going to watch it and you were going to get inspired to cook some Mexican lunch for yourself. So I made a bunch of simplifying and a bunch of generalizing assumptions. Assumption number 1, I assumed that everybody was in my time zone. I assumed that everybody was going to see the TV show that's broadcast on the Food Network at noon. I didn't tell you that it was going to be noon Pacific Standard Time. How frustrating is that, right? And then I made another assumption. I made an assumption that you are actually going to watch that channel, and then that you are going to feel inspired to make that lunch for yourself. So I said, okay, tomorrow you're likely going to experience a delicious Mexican lunch. That's how these horoscopes work, people. That's exactly what they're doing. Do you want me to reveal a secret to you? What exactly the astrologers that do those monthly or daily horoscopes are doing? Here's what they're doing. they're assuming that you were born the 2 hours surrounding sunrise. That's the assumption they're making. And they're making all of these forecasts, all of these predictions based on the charts of people that are born around sunrise. That is the same assumption as saying, oh, you're gonna see a TV show at noon. Yeah, but only those of us in Pacific Standard Time are gonna see it at noon. For New York, it's gonna be 3 p.m. Same thing for the horoscope. So unless you're born right around sunrise, the daily horoscopes, like, here, cut them up, shred them up, ignore them, unsubscribe to those daily forecasts. They are likely not to apply to you. Now, as with everything in life, there are certain times when planets are doing something very, very dramatic and interesting in the sky. That does not get to cause you to do something. That is more a reflection or a mirror of things that are happening in the world with humans, with humankind, with our own consciousness, okay? So there's not a cause and effect relationship between the stars and us. There is information in what the planets are doing. Now, why is an astrologer telling you to stop reading daily horoscopes? Because that is not the best and highest use of astrology. And if you're somebody who values your time and who wants to have specific and accurate insight, you must work with somebody who knows astrological techniques, who knows and is able to guide you based on your precise birth time, not just the date of your birth and the year of your birth, but your precise birth time matters. It gives us the sense of where in the time zones you are, so we can look at how all of these planetary energies, where in your life are they going to affect you, and we're going to look at your own unique patterns in the chart and work together to figure out how to best respond to that which is happening in the astrological weather forecast. So one thing I'd love you to take away from today is stop wasting your time reading daily generic horoscopes for your sign. Understand that the time of your birth matters, and understand that you have many other planets in your chart that have different configurations, different signs, different energy patterns. And if you want to really use the gold that is astrological insight, then I would recommend that you find somebody who is able to extract that astrological insight personalized for you. That is the only way to use astrology. That is not like pie in the sky, crystal gazing, psychic. I'm just gonna, guess what's gonna happen to you. No, stop doing that today. I love you guys. I'll talk to you next time.